Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're channeling our absolute passion for structure and clarity into decoding the massive, kind of intimidating alphabet soup of modern data science. Seriously, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by acronyms like OLTP, OLAP, ETL, or EDW, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the entire enterprise technology stack, and we're going to make it perfectly clear, accessible, and honestly, pretty fascinating. Let's kick things off by imagining a super simple everyday action. You're buying a cup of coffee. You swipe your card, the machine beeps, you grab your latte, and you walk away. But what actually happens to that single, tiny data point? How does that one specific transaction travel through this wild digital maze to eventually land on a global CEO's dashboard, helping them predict next quarter's revenue?
Well, okay, let's dive into this roadmap. We are going to follow the complete chronological life cycle of a piece of data. First, the daily data grind. Second, moving data with ETL. Third, warehouses and data marts. Fourth, the intelligence upgrade. And finally, visualizing those insights.
All right, Section 1, the daily data grind. Let's look at the foundations of data.
So pretty much every modern enterprise relies on two totally different mindsets when it comes to their data. On the left side here, we have OLTP. This is all about the fast, immediate, operational chaos of daily, real-time transactions. Then over on the right, we've got OLAP, which is the deep, highly reflective process of complex, long-running historical analysis. They are quite literally two sides of the exact same coin. Let's take a closer look at that first one.
Online Transaction Processing, or OLTP for short. Think of this as the absolute birthplace of our data journey. It's a software system dedicated entirely to processing real-time, transaction-oriented data. Go back to that point-of-sale system at the coffee shop. OLTP systems are built for incredibly simple, sub-second tasks, right? Inserting your credit card payment, deleting a canceled order, instantly updating the milk inventory. It holds highly structured, normalized operational data that keeps the business running, literally second by second.
Now on the flip side, we have online analytical processing, OLAP. If OLTP is the busy frontline cashier, OLAP is the sophisticated, heavy-lifting strategist sitting in the back office. These systems perform long-running, highly complex queries against a massive multidimensional database. I mean, they don't care about a single coffee transaction. They care about historical data that has been aggregated and denormalized over time. OLAP systems use this aggregated data for advanced predictive and diagnostic analytics later down the line. But wait, how does the data actually get from that busy cashier back to the strategist?
Moving right along to Section 2, moving data with ETL. This is our transport pipeline.
So the crucial link here is a process called ETL, extract, transform, and load. I absolutely love thinking about this like a busy commercial kitchen. First, you extract. You got to obtain your raw ingredients, gathering data from flat files, random applications, or various databases. Second, you transform. This is your prep work. You chop, you clean, you modify those ingredients by applying very strict business rules so everything matches up. And finally, you load. You plate the finished dish by inserting this now perfectly prepped data straight into your target storage system.
Now what's really cool is seeing this pipeline in visual action. Take a look at the left side of your screen. You've got these highly varied, disparate data formats, relational tables, messy chunks of XML, raw browser data. You extract all of that and you push it right through those transformation gears you see in the middle. It's in there that all these different data types are converted and standardized. Only after that happens is it finally loaded into that structured relational database management system over on the right. It's essentially a brilliant, highly standardized digital assembly line.
Okay, Section 3, warehouses and data marts. Let's talk enterprise storage.
Enter the data warehouse. You can think of this as the ultimate enterprise mega supermarket. Notice how specialized day-to-day operational databases, things for supply chain management, enterprise resource planning, customer relationships, they all periodically funnel their data into this single, massive, centralized repository. It completely consolidates both historical and current enterprise-wide data. And because it typically interfaces directly with an OLAP system, it can easily support those heavy, multidimensional analytical queries we just talked about.
But here's the catch. To prevent insanely slow query times, businesses don't just leave everything in one giant pile. They extract smaller, domain-specific entities from that central warehouse using another ETL process. Basically, they carve the big warehouse up into little specialty shops called data marts. Now you have these optimized, highly specific databases sitting exactly where they belong.
a finance data mart specifically for the finance department, a marketing mart for marketing, and a sales mart just for sales.
Which brings us to Section 4, the intelligence upgrade. Time to start mining for insights. To really grasp this, we have to pit traditional business intelligence against big data business intelligence. Traditional BI is, frankly, pretty manual. It relies on descriptive analytics to look backward at historical events. It generates ad hoc reports, but its scope is fundamentally limited because it only answers correctly formulated questions about individual, isolated business processes. Big data BI, though, that is a massive upgrade. It focuses on predictive and prescriptive analytics across multiple business processes simultaneously. It doesn't just answer the questions you ask, it actively reveals hidden patterns and anomalies that nobody even knew existed. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how big data BI pulls that off. Look closely at this next-generation architecture. Not only is it drawing from the highly structured data marts up top, your finance, your marketing, your sales, but look down at the bottom left. It is directly connecting to semi-structured and completely unstructured data, like JSON files and raw XML. By combining all of this cleansed enterprise data into a single, uniform format, that analytics engine right in the middle can perform deep data discovery, pushing rich multi-process insights straight to a user's dashboard.
Finally, Section 5, visualizing the insights, making all this data incredibly clear.
To actually understand these insights, we use advanced data visualization tools, and they perform some incredible physical operations on this multidimensional data. The first operation we're looking at is called a roll-up, or a drill-up. Think of this as zooming way out on a digital map. A roll-up gives you a holistic, summarized view of your data by climbing up a hierarchy, or sometimes just reducing dimensions entirely, so you can clearly see your subtotals and totals.
Here is exactly what that zooming out looks like in practice. On the bottom block here, we have highly detailed, lower-level data based on specific cities: Chicago, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. But the moment the analyst applies a roll-up on location, the system physically compresses that geographic dimension upward. The granular city data seamlessly merges into broader country categories on the top block, USA and Canada. It gives you a perfect macro-level summary of your business performance.
But hey, what if you need to go the other way? That's where we use drill down and dice operations. A drill down is literally the exact reverse of a roll-up. You are zooming back in to see the super granular lower-level details. Dicing, on the other hand, is like taking a scalpel to your data. It helps you focus by filtering away the noise. You just pick specific values or ranges across your dimensions to isolate exactly the information you care about in that moment.
And here is that scalpel in action. Notice the massive block of enterprise data on the bottom right. It represents all locations, all 4 quarters of the year, and 4 totally different product types. Now, look at the dicing rule applied right in the middle. We only want Toronto or Vancouver, we only want Q1 or Q2, and we only want mobile or modem items. The resulting cube at the top is completely isolated. That massive enterprise block has been neatly diced down to just that specific, filtered subset of data.
Lastly, we've got the pivot operation. Honestly, this is arguably the most powerful way to visually discover new patterns. A pivot literally involves rotating a multidimensional data cube. By physically changing the order of the dimensions in your visual analysis, you get to view the exact same information from a completely new perspective.
This captures that aha moment perfectly. Draw your attention to the large gray arrow in the middle of the screen. On the left side, we're looking at the data with product types running vertically down the side and the years pushing backward. By executing a pivot, the system seamlessly rotates those geographic and temporal axes. Suddenly, over on the right, the product types are running backward and the years are running vertically. It's the exact same data, just turned over in the analyst's hands to reveal trends that might have been totally hidden from that original angle.
So, we have journeyed all the way from that split-second point-of-sale coffee swipe in an OLTP system, through the extraction pipelines of ETL, into massive data warehouses, and finally right on to the predictive dashboards of big data BI, which leaves us with a truly fascinating question to end on. How is your own daily digital footprint being rolled up, diced, and pivoted by these massive digital ecosystems right this very second? Next time you swipe your card, just think about the incredible journey you've just kicked off. Keep learning, keep focusing, and we will see you in the next explainer.